Hello and welcome to Learn Smarter. I'm Lenka, and today we are going to talk about one of the most useful and important topics in English, your daily routine. You might be wondering, why is it so important to talk about daily routines in English? The answer is simple. When you can describe your day, from morning to night, you are using real English. You are using verbs, time expressions, and sentence structures that people use in everyday life. This is the kind of English that helps you in conversations, at work, at school, and when traveling. When you talk about your routine, you use practical language. You talk about waking up, brushing your teeth, eating breakfast, going to school or work, coming home, relaxing, and sleeping. These may seem like small things, but they are the foundation of English fluency. The more you talk about your life, the easier it becomes to speak about other topics, too. In today's lesson, we're going to take a complete journey through a typical day, starting from the moment you wake up, to everything you do during the day, and ending with your evening routine and bedtime. Along the way, you'll practice vocabulary, sentence patterns, listening, speaking, and grammar, all in simple, clear English. So take a deep breath, relax, and get ready to practice. Whether you're just starting or already at an intermediate level, this lesson will help you speak more fluently and confidently. Let's begin. Let's start with the morning, the beginning of your day. Think about your own routine. What time do you wake up? What do you usually do first? What do you eat? Do you take a shower in the morning? How do you get ready for your day? Let's listen to an example. I usually wake up at 6:30 in the morning. I turn off my alarm and stay in bed for a few minutes. Sometimes I stretch or check my phone. Then I get out of bed, go to the bathroom, and wash my face. I brush my teeth and take a quick shower. After that, I get dressed and go to the kitchen. I usually make a cup of coffee or tea and eat a light breakfast, maybe toast with butter or a banana. I like to eat something small but healthy. Around 7:30, I leave the house to go to work. That's a full morning routine in simple present tense. Did you notice the sequence? First I wake up, then I wash. After that I eat. Finally, I leave the house. These small steps tell your listener exactly what happens and in what order. Let's take a closer look at some key verbs and expressions in that paragraph. Wake up, open your eyes and stop sleeping. Get up, move out of bed. Wash my face, clean your face with water. Brush my teeth, clean your teeth. Take a shower, wash your body. Get dressed, put on clothes. Make coffee, prepare your morning drink. Eat breakfast, have your first meal of the day. Leave the house, go outside to start your day. You can also use time expressions like, at 6:30, in the morning, around 7:30, before breakfast, after I wake up. These expressions help your listener or reader understand when each action happens. Now it's your turn. Try saying your own version of your morning routine out loud. Start with, I wake up at, then continue step by step. Try to say at least 5 to 6 sentences. For example, I wake up at 7 a.m. I check my phone and then get out of bed. I brush my teeth and wash my face. After that, I eat breakfast with my family. I drink tea and eat cereal. Then I get dressed and leave for school. Don't worry if your sentences are not perfect. The most important thing is to speak. Speaking out loud trains your brain and mouth to use English naturally. Let's try a short speaking drill together. I will say a sentence. Then you repeat it or change it to match your life. Ready? I wake up at 6:30. I wake up at. I brush my teeth after I wake up. I brush my teeth after. I eat toast and drink coffee. I eat and drink. I take a shower in the morning. I take a shower. I leave the house at 7:30. I leave the house at. Great. Just a few minutes of speaking like this every day can help you build confidence. Now let's add some variety to your sentences. Instead of saying, then, every time, try using other words like, after that, next, later, finally. Here's a short example. I wake up at 6:30. After that, I get out of bed. Next, I brush my teeth and take a shower. Later, I eat breakfast and check the news. Finally, I leave for work at 7:45. Try making your own version using these transitions. Now let's talk about feelings in the morning. You can say how you feel using simple phrases. I feel sleepy in the morning. I feel hungry when I wake up. I feel fresh after I take a shower. I feel more awake after coffee. I feel happy when the sun is shining. Let's add these to your routine. I wake up at 7 a.m. I usually feel sleepy, so I drink water and stretch. After that, I take a shower and feel more awake. I eat breakfast with my family, and I feel happy to talk with them before the day starts. That sounds more personal and real, doesn't it? You can also say what you like or don't like. For example, I like eating breakfast alone. I don't like waking up early. I love morning walks. I enjoy listening to music while I get ready. All these small sentences help make your English more natural. Now let's pause for a short reflection. I'll ask a few questions, and I want you to answer out loud. You don't need to be perfect. Just try. What time do you wake up? What do you do after you get out of bed? What do you eat for breakfast? How do you feel in the morning? What time do you leave the house? Take your time. Say each answer slowly and clearly. Now let's move on to the next part of your day, going to work or school. After your morning routine, it's time to leave the house. Most people have to travel somewhere every day. This part of your day is called your commute, the time you spend getting from home to work, school, or another place. Let's listen to an example. I leave the house around 7:30. I walk to the bus stop and wait for about 5 minutes. Then I take the number 22 bus to the city center. It usually takes about 25 minutes. During the ride, I listen to music or check my messages. Sometimes I read a book if I'm not too tired. I get off the bus at 8 o'clock and walk to my office, which takes another 10 minutes. I usually arrive at work just before 8:30. This example is full of useful phrases and verbs. Leave the house. Walk to the bus stop. Wait for the bus. Take the bus. Ride. Get off the bus. Walk to the office. Arrive at work. You can describe your own commute using the same verbs. Let's try it together. I'll ask a few questions, and you can answer them in full sentences. How do you get to work or school? How long does it take? What do you do during the ride? What time do you usually arrive? For example, I leave home at 8. I walk to school because it's only 10 minutes away. I usually listen to music on the way. I arrive at 8:15. Or, I take the subway to work. It takes about 30 minutes. I read the news on my phone while I travel. I get to the office at 9 sharp. Now it's your turn. Try saying 4 to 5 sentences about your travel routine. Now let's talk about what happens once you arrive, at work, school, or wherever your day begins. Here's a work-related example. I arrive at the office around 8:30. The first thing I do is turn on my computer and check my emails. Then I review my tasks for the day. Around 10:30, I usually take a short coffee break. After the break, I continue working until lunchtime. I usually eat lunch at 1 p.m. in the office kitchen or with my coworkers. And here's a school-related example. I get to school at 8 o'clock. My first class starts at 8:15. We usually have 4 classes in the morning. At 10:30, we take a 20-minute break. I often eat a snack and talk to my friends. After the break, we continue with more lessons until lunchtime. Lunch is at 12:30 in the cafeteria. Both examples use simple present tense and lots of useful time expressions, around 8:30. The first thing I do. Then, after the break, until lunchtime, at 1 p.m. These help organize your thoughts and create a natural flow. Let's break down some helpful time words and phrases you can use. At 8 a.m., at noon, at 5 o'clock, around 9, around lunchtime, before class, before lunch, after breakfast, after work, between 10 and 11, until 3 p.m., until the end of the day, from 9 to 5. You can build sentences like, I work from 9 to 5. I eat lunch at 1 p.m. I usually have a break around 11. I stay at school until 2:30. Now let's do a short guided practice. Repeat after me, or say your own version. I start work at. I usually have a break around. I eat lunch at. I work until. After that, I. Great job. Now let's learn to add more natural details. When talking about what you do during the day, you can use action verbs like check, emails, homework, write, a report, an essay, attend, a meeting, a class, answer, calls, questions, study, English, science, work on, a project, a presentation, review, notes, schedules, help, customers, classmates. For example, I attend team meetings in the morning. I work on marketing projects most of the day. I answer emails and schedule appointments. I help customers with their orders. I study for my English test in the afternoon. Now it's your turn. Say what you do during your day using at least 4 of these verbs. You might say, I review my notes before class. Then I attend 2 lectures. After that, I work on a group project with my classmates. I help them organize the slides and write the summary. Or, I work on emails in the morning. I attend 2 meetings and help my manager with a report. I usually eat lunch at 1, and then I continue working until 5. Remember, keep your sentences simple and speak them out loud. Let's now bring everything together in one paragraph. Here's an example of a full midday routine. I arrive at the office around 8:30. I turn on my computer and check my emails. I make a plan for the day and start working on my tasks. Around 10:30, I take a coffee break and talk with my coworkers. Then I continue working until lunch. I usually eat at 1 p.m. After lunch, I have a meeting or work on reports. I finish around 5 p.m. Now try saying your own version. Speak it slowly and clearly. Use the verbs and time expressions we practiced. Now let's move on to the second half of your day, the afternoon and evening. After work or school, most people have time to rest, relax, or do other activities. This is when your routine becomes more personal. Everyone's evening is a little different, and that makes it a great topic for speaking practice. Let's hear an example. I finish work around 5 p.m. I usually feel a little tired, so I take a break before doing anything else. I go home and sit on the couch for 10 or 15 minutes. Sometimes I scroll through my phone or listen to some music. After that, I prepare dinner. I enjoy cooking, so I try new recipes when I have time. I eat dinner around 6:30. Then I wash the dishes, take a shower, and relax for the rest of the evening. That paragraph includes a lot of common verbs and actions for the evening. Finish work. Take a break. Go home. Sit down. Check my phone. Listen to music. Cook dinner. Eat. Wash the dishes. Take a shower. Relax. These are very typical for many people, and they help you sound fluent and natural. Now try describing your own afternoon and evening. You can start with, I finish work or school at. Then add, I go home and I usually feel. I relax by. I eat dinner at. I take a shower and then I go to bed around. Let's practice this together. I'll say some sentences, and you repeat or change them to match your life. I finish school at 3. I finish. I walk home and listen to music. I walk. I relax for a bit before cooking dinner. I relax. I eat around 7 p.m. I eat. After dinner, I take a shower and watch TV. After dinner, Great work. Now let's focus a little more on evening activities. What do people usually do in the evening? Here are some examples. Watch TV or a series. Read a book. Go for a walk. Exercise or go to the gym. Talk with family. Study or do homework. Play games. Clean the house. Call a friend. Let's hear another short paragraph. After dinner, I like to relax. I usually watch an episode of my favorite show. Sometimes I go for a walk if the weather is nice. If I have work to do, I sit at my desk and finish it. I try not to use my phone too much in the evening. Around 9 p.m., I take a shower, brush my teeth, and get ready for bed. These sentences are clear, short, and natural. The kind of English that sounds good in real life. You can also add emotions and reasons. Try these phrases. I feel tired after work. I enjoy reading in the evening. I like to relax before bed. I don't like using my phone late at night. I try to go to bed early so I feel fresh in the morning. Let's put that into an example. I usually feel tired after dinner, so I prefer quiet activities. I often read or write in my notebook. I try not to check social media too much because it keeps me awake. I enjoy going to bed early because I feel better the next day. Now your turn. Say 4 to 5 sentences about how you feel in the evening and what you like or don't like to do. Use the phrases I feel, I enjoy, I prefer, I try to, I don't like. Let's now talk about going to bed. You can describe this part of your day like this. I take a shower around 9:30. After that, I brush my teeth and put on my pajamas. I check my messages or watch one more short video. Then I turn off the lights and go to bed. I usually fall asleep around 10:30. Here are some useful bedtime phrases. Put on pajamas. Turn off the lights. Go to sleep. Fall asleep. Read in bed. Scroll through my phone. Set my alarm. You might say, before I sleep, I like to read a few pages of a book. I always set my alarm for the next day. I don't fall asleep right away. Sometimes I need 10 or 15 minutes to relax. I try not to eat too late so I can sleep well. Now describe your own bedtime routine. Use 3 to 5 sentences. You can begin with, after dinner, before bed, I go to bed at, I usually fall asleep around. Let's put everything together in one full paragraph about your evening. I finish work at 5 and get home by 5:30. I rest for a few minutes and then prepare dinner. I eat around 6:30 and clean the kitchen. After that, I take a shower and relax. I usually watch TV or read for a bit. Around 10, I go to bed. I set my alarm and fall asleep by 10:30. Now build your own version. Speak it aloud and try to include 3 action verbs, 1 time expression, 1 feeling or opinion. Remember, this doesn't need to be perfect. What matters is daily practice. Let's now talk about the weekend, Saturday and Sunday. For many people, weekends are different from weekdays. You might sleep later, relax more, or do fun activities. Talking about your weekend is a great way to practice natural English. Let's hear an example. On Saturdays, I usually sleep in. I wake up around 9 a.m. and have a big breakfast with my family. After that, I do some cleaning or laundry. In the afternoon, I sometimes go out with friends or visit my grandparents. In the evening, I like to watch a movie or play games. Sundays are usually more quiet. I stay home, relax, and get ready for the new week. In that short paragraph, you hear a mix of common weekend verbs like sleep in, clean, visit, relax, go out. Adverbs of frequency like usually, sometimes. Time expressions like in the morning, in the afternoon, in the evening. Now it's your turn. Think about your typical Saturday or Sunday. Try answering these questions. What time do you wake up on weekends? What do you eat for breakfast? What do you do in the afternoon? Do you go anywhere? How do you spend your evening? For example, on Saturdays, I wake up at 8:30. I eat breakfast and go to the market with my dad. In the afternoon, I clean my room and do homework. I like to relax in the evening. I usually go to bed around 11. Let's make your sentences more fluent with transitions like first, then, after that, later, finally. Here's a full version. First, I sleep in and enjoy a slow morning. Then I eat breakfast and clean the house. After that, I meet my friends and we go to the park. Later, I relax at home. Finally, I eat dinner with my family and watch a show before bed. Now let's compare weekdays and weekends. Comparison phrases include on weekdays, on weekends, during the week, on Saturday and Sunday. My weekday routine is different from my weekend routine because I do more, I do less, I sleep longer on weekends. Here's an example. On weekdays, I wake up at 6 and go to work. My day is busy and I don't have much free time. But on weekends, I sleep longer and take things slowly. I spend more time with my family and do things I enjoy. My weekend routine is much more relaxed than my weekday routine. Now try to create your own paragraph using comparison. During the week, but on weekends, I usually, on weekdays, but I prefer to, on Sundays. I work more on weekdays and rest more on weekends. Try to include at least one, but, or, compared to, sentence. Now let's talk about free time activities, things you do for fun when you're not working or studying. Here are some common hobbies and habits. I like going for walks. I enjoy watching movies. I sometimes visit friends. I listen to music or podcasts. I play games online. I go shopping. I read books or magazines. I do sports or go to the gym. I draw or do creative things. Try saying what you like to do in your free time. Use phrases like, I enjoy, I like to, I often, on weekends, in the evening, Here's a full example. In my free time, I like to listen to music or watch YouTube videos. Sometimes I go for a walk or take pictures of nature. On weekends, I visit my friends or family. I also enjoy playing card games or reading novels. These activities help me relax after a busy week. Now your turn. Try saying 5 to 6 sentences about your free time. You can say, I like to, I enjoy, I sometimes, I often, my favorite activity is. Now let's practice using comparisons with free time too. You might say, I watch more movies on the weekend than during the week. I spend less time on homework on Sundays. I sleep longer on Saturday than on Monday. I relax more on Sunday than on Friday. Let's hear this example. On weekdays, I don't have much free time. But on weekends, I enjoy doing more fun things. I read more, sleep longer, and watch movies. I also have more time for myself. My weekends help me feel refreshed. You can also use then in comparisons. I feel more tired on weekdays than on weekends. I spend more time outside on Saturdays than on Mondays. I eat bigger meals on weekends than during the week. Now try your own. I more on weekends than I less on weekdays because I enjoy, but I don't have time for it during the week. These sentences help you speak in a more advanced and flexible way. Now that you can talk about your regular day and your weekends, let's look at two very important things: talking about the future and talking about the past. These are both useful for describing routines that will happen or that already happened. Let's start with the future. When you talk about your future plans or tomorrow's routine, you can use will, going to, plan to, want to, might, hope to. Let's hear a few examples. Tomorrow, I will wake up at 7 a.m. and go for a run. I'm going to meet my friend after work. I plan to study English in the evening. I might watch a movie if I finish early. I hope to get enough sleep tonight. Here's a full future routine paragraph. Tomorrow, I'll wake up at 6:30. I'm going to make breakfast and drink tea. After that, I'll leave for work around 7:30. I have a meeting at 9, so I plan to arrive early. I'll probably have lunch at the office with my coworker. After work, I might stop by the store and buy groceries. In the evening, I'm going to relax at home and go to bed early. You can create your own paragraph now. Try saying, tomorrow, I will. I plan to. I might. I'm going to. Now let's go back and talk about yesterday, the past. To talk about your routine in the past, you need to use the past simple tense. For example, I woke up at 7. I brushed my teeth. I ate breakfast. I went to work. I worked until 5. I watched a movie. I slept at 11. Here's a full paragraph about yesterday. Yesterday, I woke up at 6:45. I took a quick shower and ate some toast. Then I left for work and arrived at the office around 8:30. I worked until 1 p.m., had lunch with my coworker, and then joined a team meeting. After work, I went home, cooked dinner, and watched a show before bed. I went to sleep around 10:30. Now try saying 4 to 5 sentences about yesterday. You can say, yesterday, I woke up at, I ate, I went to, I worked until, I relaxed and then, I went to sleep at. Let's now do a short tense switch exercise. You'll say the same sentence in present, past, and future. Example. Present. I wake up at 6:30. Past. Yesterday, I woke up at 7. Future. Tomorrow, I will wake up at 6. Now try it with these actions. Go to work. I go to work at 9. Yesterday, I went to work at 10. Tomorrow, I will go to work at 8. Eat lunch. I eat lunch at 1. Yesterday, I ate lunch at 2. Tomorrow, I'm going to eat lunch at 12:30. Watch TV. I watch TV in the evening. Yesterday, I watched a documentary. Tomorrow, I might watch a new episode. This kind of practice helps you move fluently between tenses. Let's try a full story now, using all 3 tenses. I usually wake up at 7 a.m. and drink coffee. Yesterday, I woke up later than usual, around 8. I had a slow morning and felt a little tired. Tomorrow, I plan to wake up at 6:30 and go for a run before breakfast. I hope I won't be too tired after work. Now it's your turn. Create a short routine using what you usually do, what you did yesterday, what you will do tomorrow. This helps build strong grammar and storytelling skills. You've now practiced every part of your daily routine: morning, travel, work or school, evening, weekends, yesterday, and tomorrow. Let's now combine everything into your own full routine story. Here's a complete example you can use as a model. Hi, I'm Anna, and this is what a typical day looks like for me. I usually wake up at 6:30 in the morning. I wash my face, brush my teeth, and make a cup of tea. After that, I eat breakfast, usually toast with eggs. Around 7:30, I leave the house and take the bus to work. It takes about 25 minutes. I arrive at the office at 8 and start working. I answer emails, join meetings, and write reports. At 1 p.m., I take a lunch break. After lunch, I continue working until 5. I get home around 5:30, rest a bit, and cook dinner. I enjoy trying new recipes. After dinner, I take a shower and relax. I often read a book or watch a show. I usually go to bed around 10:30. Now try creating your own version of a full day. Use short, clear sentences. Include what time you wake up, what you do in the morning, how you travel, what you do during the day, your evening routine, when you go to bed. Optional. Add a comparison with your weekend, something about yesterday, and plans for tomorrow. Here's another example with comparisons and tenses. On weekdays, I wake up at 7 and go to school by 8. I study until 2 p.m. and then go home. I usually feel tired, so I rest before doing my homework. In the evening, I have dinner with my family and watch TV. I go to bed around 10:30. On weekends, I sleep in until 9 or 10. I usually meet my friends or play games. Yesterday, I stayed home and cleaned my room. Tomorrow, I plan to go to the library and study English for 2 hours. Now it's your turn. You can write your story, say it aloud, or record it. Practicing this daily will boost your fluency. Let's now practice answering and asking real questions about daily routines. Here are common questions you might hear in conversations. 1. What time do you usually wake up? 2. What do you do after breakfast? 3. How do you get to school or work? 4. What do you do in the evening? 5. What time do you go to bed? 6. What do you do on weekends? 7. What did you do yesterday? 8. What are your plans for tomorrow? Try answering each one out loud. Use full sentences. Now flip the situation. Try asking the same questions to someone. What time do you usually get up? How do you spend your afternoon? Do you like cooking in the evening? What do you do to relax? You can use these questions in real conversations, or even practice them with a language partner or teacher. Now let's do a quick listening test. Listen to this short story and try to answer the questions that follow. Sarah wakes up every weekday at 6:15. She takes a shower, drinks coffee, and checks her emails. Then she walks to work, which takes about 20 minutes. She works from 8 to 4. After work, she goes to the gym or takes her dog for a walk. In the evening, she cooks dinner and reads before bed. She usually goes to sleep at 10:30. On weekends, she sleeps in and spends more time outdoors. Now answer. What time does Sarah wake up? How does she get to work? What does she do after work? What time does she go to bed? What does she do on weekends? Let's also practice a short speaking challenge. Create a paragraph with these requirements. One-time expression, like, at 7 a.m., or after dinner. One adverb of frequency, like, usually, or sometimes. One feeling, like, tired, or happy. One comparison, like, more than, or less than. One future plan, like, I will, or I'm going to. Here's an example. I usually wake up at 6:30. After breakfast, I go to work. I feel tired in the morning but better after coffee. On weekends, I sleep more than during the week. Tomorrow, I'm going to wake up later and take a walk before lunch. Now build your own. Speak it slowly, clearly, and confidently. And finally, here are 5 learning habits to keep improving your English with your daily routine. 1. Talk to yourself in English during your day. Say simple things like, I'm brushing my teeth. I'm making tea. I'm getting ready to go out. 2. Write a short daily diary. Just 4 to 5 sentences at the end of the day. Today I woke up at 7. I worked from 9 to 5. After dinner, I relaxed and listened to music. 3. Record your voice. Say your daily routine into your phone. Listen and repeat. Notice your pronunciation and grammar. 4. Repeat the same story daily. Practice your routine like a script. Say it again and again. This builds fluency fast. 5. Use flashcards for new verbs and phrases. Write things like to brush your teeth, to eat lunch, to take a nap, to relax after work. Review them often. You did it. You've completed a full training on talking about daily routine in English. Now you can talk about your routine in the present, past, and future. Answer and ask real questions. Use useful verbs and natural phrases. Build longer stories and conversations. Practice fluency every day. Keep practicing your own routine out loud. Add small details, improve a little every day, and you will soon sound more fluent and confident than ever before. Thanks for learning with me today. I'm Lenka, and this was Learn Smarter. Keep going, and remember, your English grows one sentence at a time. Bye for now. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell to get more videos like this.